So if you're new to real estate, what should you be doing on a constant basis to actually be successful? Now, we all know real estate is a very exciting thing to be doing, and it can feel like you're drinking from a fire hose when you're trying to learn all the terms, all the analogies, all the different strategies that are out there. And the challenge is there's really no rule book or manual that somebody gives you and says, this is what you need to do to be successful. One thing you'll learn is that there are certain things that you need to be doing on a consistent basis in order to find success. Now, the one word there you need to learn about is consistent. These are things that you have to be doing constantly, and I'm gonna show you the 5 things that most real estate investors that are successful are doing right now in this market. So let's dig in and let's learn what these 5 topics are. And make sure you stay to the end, because the 5th one is actually the one that is the most important and is the cause of most success. So number 1, the first thing you need to learn is you need to learn the value of listening. When you're new, you may have a lot of ideas popping around in your head and you may want to ask a lot of questions. The key is sitting there and listening. I was always told when I first started, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use them accordingly. So there's a lot of people that are always willing to share information. You just need to be a sponge. You need to soak up that information, and you need to take as much notes and write as much as you can down, because you're not gonna remember everything that someone's telling you. But if you write it down, you can always go back and dissect what was said later, and you will see that by listening instead of talking, you are gonna be much more further along than most people are, because just talking, you're just trying to tell your story. When you're listening to someone who's been there. They've already gone through it. They're gonna show you what to avoid, and they're gonna teach you the tips and tricks that you need to learn. Now let's talk about number 2. The second thing you need to do on a consistent basis is spread the word. Let everyone know that you're involved in real estate. A lot of people think that they want to hide it and they don't want to tell people because they feel embarrassed or they don't want to be told you shouldn't do this. The reality is the more people that you tell that you're involved in real estate, you will find a lot of like-minded people. Now, if everyone that is in your circle, your friends or people that you know, if all of those people are telling you that you shouldn't be in real estate, it's a bad idea, you're gonna lose money, then I would say you're probably with the wrong circle of people. Spreading the word, you will find like-minded people. And these are the people, as far as real estate goes, that you wanna be around. You wanna be around people that are encouraging. You wanna be around people that may say, hey, I'll take you under my wing and I'll show you what you should be doing. You can find mentors, you can find coaches, just by letting people know. I guarantee you though, if you don't say anything and you don't tell anyone that you're getting involved in real estate, no one will know, and really no one will ever help you. So now let's talk about the 3rd thing that you need to do on a consistent basis to be successful in real estate. Become an expert in your area. Understanding the market that you're in and the prices and the houses should be something that you are fanatical about. Becoming an expert and knowing your area and knowing the prices, it doesn't matter if it's local, doesn't matter if it's out of state or even out of country. You need to make sure that you know the numbers, because the numbers and the data are gonna be what actually helps you become successful in real estate. It's not off of gut feelings, it's not off of your emotions, it's off of numbers and data. And the only way you're gonna know that is by becoming an expert. The way that you become an expert is looking at deals, analyzing numbers. A lot of people think that they'll analyze numbers when they get the money, when they actually have a deal in front of them. That's kind of like learning how to golf at the championship golf tournament. That's probably not the best time to learn how to swing a golf club. Looking at a deal and analyzing a deal the day that you actually have a deal in front of you is probably not the right time that you want to learn what the market does. What are average rents? What are average sales? What are average days on market? I talk about this in one of my other videos about questions that you should ask the realtor, the top 5 questions. Go look at that video, because I explain. And even if you're asking yourself or you're asking a realtor, these are very, very important metrics that you need to pay attention to. Number 4. You gotta be patient. You may be very excited. You may be fired up. You may wanna just light the world on fire by you being this real estate entrepreneur. But the reality is you've gotta be patient. The deal of a lifetime will cross your path probably once a week. But the thing is you've gotta know what the deal of a lifetime is. And the only way you're gonna know that is by analyzing deals, meeting people, looking at strategies and making sure it aligns. You don't just pick a deal because someone else tells you it's a good deal. And you may be in a very competitive market. Sometimes there are markets right now that are super ultra competitive, that you may wait an hour and there may be 20 people offering above market value for that property. Don't get discouraged. Just remember, persistence and patience pays off. Rushing to judgment, hurrying up, being impatient, overpaying for a property is not always the best strategy that I recommend if you have patience and understanding what you want and understanding the market. And having the power to wait and be patient is much, much more valuable than being impulsive and making a jump decision. So now let's talk about the fifth and the most important thing that you should be doing on a constant basis. Learn from your mistakes. I can tell you personally that I have made many mistakes in real estate, and I've learned from a lot of my mistakes. And I will tell you that the reason I am a multi-millionaire owning real estate is because of the mistakes I've made. A lot of times we don't want to make mistakes because we think that it shows how uneducated we are, how dumb we are, how poor we are, whatever the case may be. But remember, that's just the story that you tell yourself. That's not reality. When you learn to ride a bike, you probably made a lot of mistakes until you actually got up on the bike and learned. You learned from your mistakes. Everything that you have probably mastered in life was probably started off as mistake, 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 and then maybe less of a mistake, less of a mistake. This is how you need to look at real estate. Don't let your ego and pride get in the way of learning. When you make a mistake, sit back, right? Take a little bit of time, relax a little bit, and then ask yourself, and it may be a day, a week, a month, but go back and analyze what you did and ask yourself, what could I have done differently to have a different outcome? And again, you want to wait a little bit because a lot of times if you do it initially, this will probably be your emotions talking. Don't let your emotions dictate a deal. Let the numbers, let the data, again, I talked about this earlier, be patient and make sure that all of these things come together. And if it doesn't work out, that's okay. There's going to be other deals. There's going to be other deals of a lifetime. You got to learn from the mistakes. Figure out what you did, because if you don't, you're probably going to repeat those mistakes, and that's not what you want. So again, just to recap, the top 5 things that you should be doing on a regular basis is number 1, listen. Number 2, spread the word. Number 3, become an expert in your area. Number 4, be patient. And number 5, learn from your mistakes. If you do all of these on a consistent basis, I guarantee you will be successful. If you want to see more videos just like this, make sure you check out my channel and subscribe, and you will get daily videos just like this every single day. I'm Steve Rozenberg. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please make sure that you like and subscribe to this channel. And if this is relatable to you, leave me a comment. I'd like to hear from you.